Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Rockin' Royal. Rockin' Navy. Know y'all with me. Let's get it, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Rockin' Royal, the podcast for all those who rock the right way here on KSL.com. I'm your host, Sean Walker, BYU beat writer for KSL.com, beat writer for the 8-0 BYU football team, which improved to 8-0, extending its program record winning streak in back-to-back seasons to 8 straight and consecutive seasons for the first time in program history with a 41-27 win over Iowa State. And I wanted to jump into your feeds real quick just to talk about Bear Bachmeier, the freshman quarterback, Bear Force One, as Gus Johnson from Fox Broadcasting Corporation has officially dubbed him. He's sweeping the country right now with what he has been able to do. 22 of 34 passing for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now number 10 BYU's win over Iowa State. He also ran the ball 12 times for 49 yards and a touchdown really that helped BYU kind of pull away for good. Mind you, BYU was out the surfaces of lead running back LJ Martin for 3 of the 4 quarters in this game. Bear Bachmeier still finds a way to get it done. He's completing through 8 games of the season, 62.7% of his passes for 1,693 yards and 11 touchdowns, averaging 211.6 yards per game through the air. That's an efficiency rating of 148.5. In addition, he's second on the team in rushing with 94 carries for 408 yards and 9 touchdowns, and he currently leads the Football Bowl subdivision with 6 games with both a passing and a rushing score. That's the most in Division I FBS college football. What you see out of Bear Bachmeier is not normal. He's a guy who is just personally, he's very beyond his years. He's extremely mature, extremely smart. He's a film junkie for all intents and measures. He graduated early from high school and enrolled in Stanford, which academically, say what you will about the state of their football program, academically, that is no small feat. He got into BYU, no problem. Academically, again, he's very smart. His older brother, Tiger, who transferred with him, a wide receiver on the team, graduated from Stanford in 2.5 years. He's the second in a line of Bachmeier quarterbacks. You'll remember his older brother, Hank, played at Boise State for a couple of years before finishing his career at Louisiana Tech and Wake Forest as well. This is a kid that I don't think you could say enough good things about him right now with what BYU has been able to do. He was named one of the Manning Award Stars of the Week, one of 8 quarterbacks nationally recognized by the Manning Award Foundation, set up by Archie Payton and Eli Manning to recognize quarterback play in college football. Former 4-star recruit, all the like. What was impressive about him though against Iowa State, I think, is his poise, his composure. You talk about being ready. You talk about not letting a moment get too big for him. I think that was all true. But he talked after the game about using some of the music that was coming out over the PA system. They were promoting a Luke Combs concert that's coming through Ames here in the upcoming days and weeks, and he was singing like Fast Car and Hurricane to himself while he led touchdown drive after touchdown drive after touchdown drive during a 31-3 run to turn a 24-10 deficit into a 41-27 final score against the Cyclones. It really is remarkable, and that I think is maybe just as impressive as anything. Is this is a freshman that does not get down on himself, and I thought Kalani Sitake actually summed it up pretty well as BYU kind of takes a step back to recharge and refocus during its second bye week of the 2025 season.
Well, I think, and you're right. The composure that he has, the poise, it's something special. But you don't really. How are you going to simulate practices to see that? We've tried as much as we can, and we thought that this would be the case, that he would respond really well to it. But To be honest, I love the way that he's worked through the system, and this is with him just starting in the summer, and you start to see him be a lot more comfortable with what we're doing. Man, he's a learning machine, so he's always trying to find ways to get better, and I think he's so focused on trying to find ways to get better that he's not really worried about the environment, the situation, the circumstances that he's in. He just wants to keep getting better, and that's whether things are going well or bad for the team. Um, I think I give a lot of credit to the way A-Rod's brought him along, and A-Rod and Matt Mitchell have done a great job prepping him. And then you have to give a lot of credit to the other quarterbacks in the room. They work really well together. Been really impressed with how those guys have been able to help him. The players that have experience and those that have knowledge, that they're just in there working together and sharing, and so we're really in a really good spot with what we're seeing from his teammates. And then he has a great supporting cast, from the linemen to the tight ends to the receivers and the running backs. And then that even complements with the support that he's getting from the defense and the special teams, and then also support that he's getting from all the fans. And so uh, he that's been amazing, everything here, but the way the kid was raised, it doesn't surprise me at all. And the way that he's connected to his family, I mean, you have to just look at his big brother, not just Tiger, but also Hank, and how they've mentored him along the way. So it's this guy's been learning from the very beginning at a young age, and he has never stopped learning. And that's what a great example he can be to the rest of our team. But super humble and love coaching him. So we'll just keep rolling with it and see how it keeps going, it keeps progressing.
So there you have it. That was BYU head coach Kalani Stockey talking about his true freshman quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, who has been just duly impressive through 8 games, an 8-0 start to his true freshman campaign at BYU. He's got BYU now currently ranked at number 10 in the country, the latest AP Top 25. And 1 week before the college football playoff committee's uh, first begins to kind of roll out their unofficial selection rankings for the 12-team playoff, BYU's in position right now for a playoff berth. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of football left to be played. Very tough games at Texas Tech in a week, and TCU at home at Cincinnati's looking like a really big game. But this is a BYU team that I think the sky is currently the limit in front of it, and it's in large part, again, take nothing away from L.J. Martin, from Chase Roberts, Parker Kingston, that offensive line led by Andrew Gentry and Isaiah Jada, Waylon Lapuahu, Bruce Mitchell. This defense with Jack Kelly and Isaiah Glasker and Falata Satuwala, they've all been great, but so much of football starts with the quarterback, and BYU's quarterback has been up there with some of the best in the country. Right now, he's the first true freshman starting quarterback to lead a team to an 8-0 start since Trevor Lawrence did the same thing for Clemson back in 2018. It's only happened a handful of times in the modern era in college football where a true freshman has taken over from the jump of a football program. It hasn't happened since 2018 with Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. That's pretty good company to be in, right? That's pretty good. And I think it's even more impressive with the fact that this was a player who wasn't here in the spring. He's only been on campus for a couple of months, got here in June, learned the playbook, earned the respect of his teammates, and he's now earned the respect of his fan base, including, I think this is really interesting, the respect of five-star quarterback Ryder Lyons, the BYU commit out of Folsom High School in the Sacramento area in California. He's having a banger of a year himself right now. Committed to BYU. He's currently BYU's third highest rated commit, in the 24/7 sports era. BYU's putting together a banger of a recruiting class right now. He's going to serve a mission after this year and then report back to BYU. And if all goes well and all goes as a lot of recruiting projections kind of have him tabbed to be, this is probably the guy that's going to wind up succeeding current BYU freshman quarterback Bear Bachmeier. So Ryder was actually in town this weekend. He was holding a skill and development clinic out at Skyridge High School in Lehigh. Shout out to the good folks over at Alpha Recruits for bringing him out, hosting him, and hosting some of the 50 or so top youth football players in the Utah County area. Ryder's there just doing some really good work. He kind of and talked to them about just different things in his recruiting process and football and non-football, and said listen to your parents' kids, which I thought was pretty cool. But I stopped by there to catch up with Ryder, and it was right after BYU had just barely gone 8-0 out in Ames, with that impressive performance and what Bear Bogmeyer has been able to do. So I talked with Ryder a little bit about what Bear Bogmeyer was able to do after that skill development clinic, and I thought he said some really interesting things. So I'm going to play the rest of this podcast, just so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse into who Ryder Lyons is, and maybe even some about what his relationship is like with BYU's current starter, Bear Bogmeyer, and how excited he is for the future of BYU football. Here at Skyridge High School right now with Folsom High quarterback for the moment, BYU commit, Ryder Lyons.
Yes, sir.
What brings you out here to Utah, first and foremost?
We're just out here doing a camp with a bunch of kids. Just trying to get back to the community where I'm going to come play college. So, yeah, just grateful to be out here.
Give me a little bit of kind of – I saw you at the end of the camp. I know you were doing some skill work and that kind of thing with some of the guys, but you then talked to them a little bit. Give me a brief summary of what you told all the kids. Was it just like keep working, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, just keep working. Comparison is a thief of joy. Don't compare yourself. Keep working. Discipline. Stay focused. I think it's hard in this time. Everyone is there's a lot of distractions. So just staying focused. Really, the emphasis was just work hard. We're out here to work. We're out here to get better. So yeah.
Speaking of staying focused, you're staying pretty focused on your future right now, both at Folsom and also soon to come with BYU. You're getting ready to go on a mission, and you're going to come back, play for the Cougs, who are going crazy right now under Coach Kalani Sitake.
It's incredible.
8-0 on the year. I think they're 17-2 in their last 19. I think is the official number.
Yeah.
Just what do you make of what BYU's doing right now, both last year and into this year, I guess?
I mean, it's so encouraging to see. It's so awesome to see. Bear played phenomenal today. The whole team played. The defense is playing lights out. So it's good to see. I'm happy for them. 8-0. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it's just exciting to see.
I saw you on the sidelines down at LES for that Utah game. Did you get a chance to talk to Bear or any of the guys on there?
Yeah, I talked to Bear a lot actually before the game, after the game. I just congratulated him how well he's been playing. It's honestly super impressive. The whole team, the defense especially. But yeah, I was excited to be there.
You've done a lot of media work. Your Instagram's been popping a lot lately. You're getting ready to kind of lead a big championship run, I think, at Folsom right now. But and so you've been able to kind of say a lot of things to BYU fans. But if you want every BYU fan in Utah and beyond to kind of know one thing about who Ryder Lyons is, the football player, the man, whatever it is, like what one thing would you want them to know about you?
He's competitive. I don't like to lose. I think he's sensitive and competitive. So I'm very thoughtful. I care about people. I'm very loyal, but I don't like to lose. And I think I'll do anything not to lose. I'm going to work hard. I'm not focused on other stuff. I think there's a lot of talk about stuff, and I'm just focused on me, being the best version of me to help the team. So, yeah.
You're going on a mission first for the Church
Yes,
of Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yes, sir.
Papers are coming in soon.
Yes, sir.
Call hopefully just as soon after
Yes,
that.
sir.
I won't ask you if you want to get called somewhere because I know that's up to God, right? So we're not gonna,
wherever the Lord needs me.
Exactly. We're not going to put anything too far out there. But just walk me through a little bit kind of your timeline. I'm assuming you're planning on graduating early and then enrolling for spring ball when you get back?
Yes, that's the plan right now. I'm not going to say it's certain, but most likely graduate in December and then leave on my mission probably after a All-American game. And then I'll leave and then come back and hopefully enroll in the spring.
For sure. That's awesome. Ryder Lyons out here at Skyridge. Shout out the people who brought you out here and helped put on this clinic real quick.
Yeah, shout out Alpha Recruits, I think. Alpha. Just incredibly grateful for them. Smith Snowden, that's my dog, so just shout out them.
Smith Snowden, local legend out here. I'll give a quick pan out here at Skyridge High School, as well as at the University of Utah, now with former BYU, or future BYU quarterback, excuse me, not former yet, future BYU quarterback, Ryder Lyons.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Rockabye babies, rock the stands with the fans. If you with us, raise your hands. Rockabye baby, rockin' Navy. Shout out to my teams, wives and babies. Rockin' Royal. Rockin' Navy, know you with me. Let's get it, baby. Rockin' Royal, rockin' Navy, know you with me. Let's get it, baby. We going long like a cougar tail. Defense hitting hard like some seashells. Getting to the green, I ain't talking kale. Boy, that team up north, man, but oh well. We getting jiggy with that boy Cosmo. We granting kids wishes like that boy Cosmo. They steady hating on us, but we who they watch though.